Hey guys, it's Ashley and welcome back to another one of my videos. As you can see by the title today we're going to be talking about something real quick, okay? It's not really a question that I get asked a lot, but it's something that I know affects a lot of people in today's modern day society, which has so many faults and flaws and so much things that really need Jesus Christ at the moment. I'm a strong believer, and a lot of the times, people really ask me, like, what are you, like some holier than thou person and all that? And I'm just like, they're like, oh my, I wish. Now, let me tell y'all something. Here's the thing. The way I lived my life before and the way I live my life now with Christ is completely different. Believe me, before I was living for the world. I was out there. I was doing what everybody else is doing and then some, okay? But all of that changed. Now that I'm saved, I've received salvation, and I am walking right now in the goodness of the Lord. Most people just think it's like bada bing, bada boom, that's it, and now you're some holier than thou person. No, that is not how it actually works. Now, let me tell you guys, just because you receive salvation, it does not mean that everything just goes bad like that, and like all those habits, all that wanting to go to the club, all those feelings and all that, they don't just disappear into thin air. Okay, some things, some habits do go away like that and you just stop feeling them, but then there are some which have been a lot deeper rooted. Okay, things that have been cultivated from ever since you were a shang little one. Where am I going with all of this? When you receive salvation, you don't automatically forget everything. In the moment that you do receive salvation, you get a new spirit, yes, but your soul, basically your thoughts, your feelings and all that, and your body take a little bit more time to catch up to where your spirit is. Okay, a lot of the times you don't automatically change the way you live until a while after you've actually received salvation. I mean, some people have it faster and some people have it slower. Okay, we are fighting against two things. There's the flesh and there's the spirit. The spirit is very much willing, but the flesh is very weak. Okay, so the flesh is just the carnality of human. It's the basic, most raw expression of human nature that you can find, and that's the dark one, the one that makes you live in sin, the one that you don't want everybody knowing about, and then you've got the spirit on the other hand, which just wants to live that good life, the one that everybody's always like, oh, what you want to be holier than thou and all that. But the spirit is the one that then has that good lifestyle that you are aiming for. It's the disciplined one, the one that has self-control, the one that has patience, the one that basically is that sort of perfect little nitwit that you are annoyed by, but you kind of want to be that good example. So here's the thing. We have our hearts. Now, our hearts have to be guarded because that's where everything that we care about lies. You have to be very careful about what you actually allow yourself to care about or allow your heart to hold on to, because those are the things that will become your real life issues in your life. And so this is what happens. Your heart, in as much as it is the powerhouse of everything that you feel or are as a human being, it is also the place where some of the darkest things come out from. Okay, and now here's the thing. Your flesh is always gonna have that little traitor in you. Your heart's always gonna have that little traitor that wants to live the wrong way, that wants to live the way you used to live. And here you are, your spirit is like literally at war with your flesh. Like, no, you've got this way that you've been shown how to live and that you want to live, but it's literally constantly at war. Now, what happens? What do you do now when you find yourself in this situation? It's quite simple, actually. There's a saying that people use a lot, and it applies in this case. If you have two dogs and you let them fight, which one is going to win? The one that you feed the most. And this is how it works with our spirit and our flesh. It's spirit versus flesh in one body, okay? And these two are fighting constantly at war with each other. So it's quite simple now. All it is a change of diet. You've got to know what in your life is feeding your flesh and what in your life is feeding your spirit. One thing I do know, I'm just giving an example here, is that I was very, very, very attached to music. So like music was my go-to for everything. I had a song that could describe any situation, whether I was feeling happy, sad, excited, even the feelings that I could not express. I had a song for each and everything. I had a playlist for each and everything. And everybody knew that I did not want anybody touching my music. But one thing I did find out when I received salvation is that my music, because it was full of secular music, it was actually feeding my flesh. So even though, yeah, I was in my zone, in my feels and all that, and I was expressing myself by listening to music and, sharing my music, it was literally like my playlist were literally feeding my flesh. They were literally feeding the parts of me that would lead me into cycles of sin. They were leading me into feelings of depression, anxiety, all these things. And one thing that really surprised me when I received salvation is that I deleted like most of my music. I think I was left with like 30% of the music that I had before. So I deleted all my music and then I started replacing it with gospel music. And at first I was starting off like with a little here and there, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, until I started actually piling up the gospel music. And I was now replacing my usual playlist with the gospel playlist. And even if I wanted to, I can't really put to words the explanation of the change that happened. I started feeling less depressed, less anxiety, like less inclinations to actually go into those sins that I was struggling for so many years to get away from. And, the thing about, this fight between the flesh and the spirit is that it only works when you do it. That's the only way to see it actually working, is when you actually do it, because you can't give it a test run. There's no like trial version of doing this. You have to actually be in it to actually see it working. And that's what I saw in my life when it came to actually, this whole battle between the flesh and the spirit. You're not immune to temptation the second you receive salvation. And I think a lot of people get the misconception that as soon as you receive salvation, just like that, you're no longer going to be tempted by anything. No, temptation actually will come. And sometimes it might even come stronger than before, simply to just test and see if you're really sure or really certain or really serious about, the decision that you've made to walk with Christ or all that. I mean, like, you don't forget the way you've lived, but you do at least get the choice to choose to live better. This is just me putting it out there, okay? Most people think somehow that once you receive salvation, all of the tendencies to sin, all of the temptation, all of their problems will just go away just like that. I'm here to tell you that, nope, that is not how it goes. Okay, you are not promised happiness the second you accept Jesus Christ into your life, but you are promised that you will go through them with joy. Happiness and joy is two completely different things, and that is a video for another day. However, for this video, I'm just going to leave it on that note. With that being said, guys, that's all I have for you today. If you guys like the video, you also know what to do. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up, okay? And leave a comment in the comment box below. And yeah, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.